The Haunted Airbnb, A Night to Forget, **. As soon as Sarah and her friends walked into the Airbnb, they knew something was off. The decor was straight out of a horror movie, with creepy old portraits on the walls and cobwebs hanging from the ceiling. The hosts had assured them it was a unique and quirky place, but to Sarah, it just felt wrong. The first night was okay, despite the weird noises and creaks in the old house. But as the second night wore on, things started to get really freaky. Doors would slam shut on their own, and Sarah swore she saw shadowy figures darting around the corners of her vision. One of her friends, Emily, started acting really strange too. She would wander around the house in the middle of the night, muttering to herself, and seemed to be in some kind of trance. Sarah tried to shake her awake, but Emily just shrugged her off, saying she was fine. The next morning, Sarah found a series of strange symbols etched into the wall near Emily's bed. They looked like some kind of dark ritualistic markings, and Sarah was seriously freaked out. She immediately called the hosts, demanding to know what was going on. The hosts were super apologetic and offered to move them to a different location. But Sarah and her friends were already spooked. They'd packed their bags and left, but not before Emily had one final episode. As they were loading up the car, Emily turned to Sarah and whispered, "The house is calling me back." Sarah didn't stick around to find out if it was true. They checked into a hotel and spent the rest of the trip trying to shake off the feeling of unease that lingered long after they left the haunted Airbnb behind. The Deceptive Duplex. Amit and his friends were thrilled to find an affordable Airbnb duplex in Goa for their New Year's Eve celebration. The listing boasted a stunning pool, modern amenities, and a prime location. Upon arrival, they were greeted by a seemingly friendly host who handed over the keys. However, as the night progressed, the group noticed strange issues. The pool water was murky, and the fully equipped kitchen lacked essential appliances. The Wi-Fi didn't work, and the private entrance was actually a shared pathway. As they settled in, they discovered a hidden room with no mention in the listing. Inside, they found a collection of disturbing photographs and newspaper clippings about a family tragedy. The host's behavior changed, becoming increasingly agitated and demanding. The group realized they'd been duped and tried to leave, but the host refused to return their security deposit. Amit contacted Airbnb, who quickly responded, mediating the situation and providing a refund. They also sent a team to assist the group in finding alternative accommodations. The experience turned into a horror story, but thanks to Airbnb's support, Amit and his friends were able to enjoy the rest of their trip. The host was removed from the platform, and the listing was taken down. The incident highlighted the importance of clear communication and accurate listings on Airbnb. The Isolated Abode. Sophia booked a secluded Airbnb cabin in the hills of Mussoorie for a solo retreat, seeking solitude and peace. The listing promised breathtaking views and a serene environment. Upon arrival, she was enchanted by the cabin's rustic charm and picturesque surroundings. However, as night fell, Sophia realized she was completely cut off from the world. No phone signal, no Wi-Fi, and the nearest town was hours away. The cabin's remote location, which had initially appealed to her, now felt isolating and ominous. As she explored the cabin, Sophia discovered a series of cryptic messages scrawled on the walls, hinting at a dark history. She began to feel a growing sense of unease and paranoia. When she tried to leave, she found the roads were treacherous and impassable due to a recent landslide. stranded, and frightened. Sophia contacted Airbnb, who sprang into action. They worked with local authorities to send a team to rescue her and provided emergency support. Sophia was safely evacuated and relocated to a nearby hotel. The experience was harrowing, but Airbnb's prompt response and assistance turned a potential disaster into a manageable situation. The host was reevaluated and the listing was removed due to safety concerns. Sophia's ordeal underscored the importance of clear communication about location and amenities in Airbnb listings. The Masquerade Host. Rahul booked an Airbnb in Bangalore, excited for a business conference. The host, Samantha, seemed friendly and responsive. Upon arrival, he met a woman claiming to be Samantha, who handed over the keys. However, as Rahul settled in, he noticed discrepancies. The amenities differed from the listing, and Samantha's stories didn't add up. He discovered fake reviews and realized the host's identity was fabricated. Rahul felt uneasy and vulnerable. He contacted Airbnb, who investigated and verified his concerns. They intervened, providing a refund and alternative accommodations. The fake host was removed from the platform, thanks to Airbnb's swift action. Rahul could focus on his conference without further disruption. The incident highlighted the importance of host verification and guest safety on Airbnb.